Dun, 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 dun. What's good? We're live. What's going on, Josh? How we doing tonight, bud? Living the dream. Trying some new creatine tonight, and I'm hoping that it doesn't jack me up because I've already drank pre-workout tonight, and I'm hoping this doesn't add to my energy levels because I'll stroke out and die. So if you guys see me stroke out and die, call 911. Anyway. Tonight we are going to be talking about some things. We're going to be doing what we always do, guys. We're going to be doing what we always do, and I'm stoked. I'm glad to be here. I talked to some folks today. We're going to cover that a little bit. It's a private conversation, so I'm not going to go deep into detail. But I got some closure, and I got some things I definitely want to address with the group, with the community, you know what I'm saying? Get you guys going. We are gonna definitely we're gonna do some challenges. We're gonna get some things going. We are definitely in a place. We're in a position now where we are a bargain for anybody that wants to buy in. The red market is still just absolutely it's horrible. Was it 1.5 trillion wiped away from the stock market today, or over the last day? But you know what? Guess what? We're still hanging in there. We're still doing great. DKB is holding strong against the red market. I can't keep saying that enough, guys. What we're doing here, what we're doing in holding this community together and holding this coin up is nothing short of a miracle. Okay? Everything is down. Everything should be down. We're still trending green, and that is a plus, and I want to commend everybody on that. Again, if you're new, if you're just swinging by, we're talking about Dark Knight Baron tonight, darkknightbaron.com. I'm one of the devs. The other two devs are normally in the chat. They'll be joining us here shortly. I kind of did an impromptu live. Tomorrow I will not be able to go live, guys. I definitely have a date night with the wife, so I won't be here. We're going to go watch The Chosen in the theaters and hang out with our buddy Jesus for a while. Jonathan Rumi as Jesus. It's actually kind of funny. There's so much controversy right now because the show The Chosen talked about nocturnal emissions, which would be a wet dream. And I'm one of those people. I'm like, the Bible, if you're going to believe it, you gotta, these are real people, man. Things happen. So I like the reality of the show. They kind of bring it to the reality of it all. Anyway, but no, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We're going to be here for a little while, just talking about some crypto, talking about crypto news, talking about things that are going on in the world. Obviously, we're going to be talking more about Dark Knight Baron. If you guys have any questions, as always, ask them in the chat. If it's something I can't answer, one of the other devs can definitely answer. I'm not the tech side guy. I'm the face side guy. And I will do what I can, but if I can't answer it, somebody else can. And I'm going to cover some things that I've spoken to some people about the coin, about what's going on, and where we're headed from here. I want to make sure we clear the air, clarify some things, because we have got an amazing community, we've got an amazing coin, and we are going to do some awesome things once this market turns green. I cannot wait to see it happen. Again, we are trending green against a red market, which is it's hard to do, but this community's pulled it together. We keep doing the challenges, we keep throwing money in as we can. A lot of people are dollar cost averaging in because they know it's a smart play. They know it's coming. They don't have to worry about a rug pull. They don't have to worry about scams. All they got to do is take their 5, their 10, their 20, whatever it is, and park it here and watch what happens over time. And so far, we've 2 months long, guys. 2 months going. We've been killing it. And I can't complain at all. I'm very happy with the way this coin is performed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I was a buyer, if I was a retail investor in this coin, I would be happy with my investment. I would. I would love to see. I think everybody wants to see green candles. We talked about the psychology of this last night. That it's easy for people to buy into green candles, but the problem is, by the time you see the green candles, you're already missing price action. You've already missed a 5x, a 10x, a 100x at that point, right? And so that's the thing is, like, right now, I keep telling you guys, even if you only throw a speculative amount in there, you're in a red market. Our prices are down to discounted prices. Even though, again, we're still trading green. We're up like 2,000% right now. You're still buying in at discounted prices for what's coming down the road. So James, what's going on, the guy? Navy Girl, how are you? Kiara, welcome. Brandon, Sparky Mark, I'd love to have you guys here. Victor, what's going on? Always a pleasure to have people join the chat, join the lives. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, any questions you have, I ask that you don't shill random shitcoins in my chat. That is the quickest way to get banned. Not because I dislike competition, simply because I dislike scams, I dislike rug pulls. And as we've always, I cover this at least 3 times a week, man. Oh, Brandon, so this coin dropped 2 months ago. So we dropped 2 months ago. We've got a solid community building. We got a website here. Go to darkknightbaron.com. You can see everything we've done on the backside. So this is Dark Knight Baron, Sparky Mark, and you can see everything we've done on the backside. We're currently on Solana. Well, we're on Solana. We're built on Solana, but we got a great Telegram group going. We don't shill coins. We don't spam. We don't do all that. I mean, we're just it's legitimately just a community of buyers and holders. We've been trending green against the red market for a hot minute. I'm going to pull up the charts here in a second. We'll look at all that. And just this community has held it together through some jeets and through some people doing some gnarly things over the last 2 months because they treat us like we're a regular meme coin. We are not. This coin was created by myself, my buddy Kevin, and my buddy James. All three of us are serial entrepreneurs. Myself and Kevin, we're both Navy veterans. And our resumes speak for themselves. We're not trying to scam $100 off some kid on the internet, ever. Our goal and intention with this coin was to build something safe where people could park their money, they could learn about crypto if they knew nothing about it, because the reality is this: meme coins are the gateway drug to the crypto world. Okay, if people aren't buying directly into Bitcoin, because you got to remember, to most people, all coins are Bitcoin. That's all they know. All cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. Until they hear about, you got to buy Ass Coin because Ass Coin's going through the roof, right? And they hear it from a cousin or a friend or a coworker, and so they go put their money in Ass Coin rug pulls, and they're like, hey man, what happened to my money? Crypto's fake, it's a scam. We want to get away from that, okay? So we created this coin that would be safe for people to put their money in, not lose their money, ergo not get a bad taste in their mouth about cryptocurrency, and then they can grow that money over time as the market increases throughout this market cycle, and they can take that money later on and invest it in other products, such as XRP, Solana, Pulse Chain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it is. And then watch that money grow from there. Our goal is this, guys. It's very altruistic. We are very philanthropic in our goals. We want to make people money. That's it, okay? We want to make people rich. We want people to experience money like they've never experienced money before. That is God's honest. You can look at all of my TikToks on my channel. You can look at the Dark Knight Baron Twitter. You can look at everything we've done thus far up to this point, and you will realize that we are genuine. We are speaking from the heart, and we really want to see good things happen. So I do want to address something that was brought to my attention today, because I talked to one of our sellers. I talked to someone who did a monster sell on us, okay? They did a monster sell because they didn't understand what was happening with the wallets. Or they thought they understood what was happening with the wallets. It's already been explained in the Telegram what happened. It's almost empty. We had someone that was able to get their hands on... Long story short, Kevin gave the keys to somebody else when he was testing out the coin. Someone stole some coins for themselves and then started dumping those coins. It has since been resolved, but it was this person was justified in their actions. They sold a very large amount that tanked the market. This is a while back. This not real, not recently, not within the last week or so. But the person brought up a very good point. He said, you got to realize, man, that this is a community. It's not a cult. And I think that's what the mindset we all have. And I've said this before. I think most cryptocurrencies, especially meme coins, actually not even just meme coins, but cryptos in general, they form a cult mentality where it is, our coin's the best coin, our coin's going to rise, we're going to do great things, and you almost begin to deify the coin, right? Like you worship it, you pray for it, and you want it to go up. And there's nothing wrong with that. There isn't, okay? But at the end of the day, every community member is able to do whatever they want to do. And I don't want to vilify someone for taking their money and pulling it out of this coin. I'm not going to vilify somebody for that. I've done that in the past, and I want to apologize for that. My biggest issue was, we've talked about we talked about reverse DCA, right? Whenever you guys are going to pull your money out, you want to do it in a reverse DCA fashion to where you're taking a percentage every so often, right? Whether it's like 10% every hour, something like that, right? You do it in a way that's not going to destroy the coin over the long term. Or in the short term, so you don't create these gigantic red wicks, right? I think that's where the community mindset needs to play in a little bit, factor in a little bit, is that it's easy to take your money and run with it, but at the same time you have to look at what you're doing to other people when you do that. And granted, you are not under any pressure to care about anybody else in this community, but we've been through a lot together. I know a lot of the guys, the OGs that have been holding for a long time. We would never do that to each other. I wouldn't expect anybody here to just suddenly pull all their money out, even if they needed money. Let's say the rent's due or something like that. There are ways to work it to where we can do something without destroying the charts, and that's the biggest thing we have to look at, especially now that where the markets are as a whole. These red markets, guys, even a small sale is going to drop a big candle. It's just going to happen. So these monster sells will absolutely wreck that. And here's the thing. We know the strength of this coin. We know what we own, right? We know what's going to happen when the market turns green. What people don't realize, though, is that when you drop a red candle like that, you drop these monster red candles, that is a fear factor, okay? That's an injection of fear. That's FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? You don't have to talk smack about the coin to create FUD. Just do a monster sell in a red market and watch what happens. We don't do panic sell-offs, which is good. We haven't seen any panic sell-offs, but it also keeps other people from buying in, and that's another issue you don't want to worry about, right? Because whenever you make a giant red candle, someone's looking at this giant red candle going like, what is it? This coin's just dumping. When it's not. Like, we're still up 2,000% against a red market. We're doing amazing. But those are those small factors, again, when it comes down to emotional trading, when it comes down to the psychology of trading, everybody wants to see the green candles. They want to buy the green candles. And in a red market, the fact that we're even trending green right now should speak volumes. We should be attracting people like crazy, right? It's not coming to fruition right now because everyone sees the market as a whole. And to them, that's a warning sign. The fear index, let me pull up the fear to greed index. Let's see this. Let's see fear greed index, specifically for crypto. There we go. I'll go to CoinMarketCap. They've always done me well, boy. Okay, so we're up one tick. The fear to greed index is up. The fear greed index is up one tick from the last time we looked at it, and it's currently sitting at 2.5. Okay, 25 out of 100 is where the fear greed index is. We are definitely in the fear area. And when people are fearful, they don't buy. Retail investors do not buy when they're fearful. They just don't. It's when the greed kicks in and they start chasing green candles. That's where you see the money come in. And so right now, fear is where the institutions want this. Okay, fear is where these big-time investors, these countries that are building their own reserves now, that's where they want the prices so they can get a good buy-in. Because the more fearful people are, the more they're either selling or they're not buying. They drive the prices down. They can jump right in. This happens every market cycle. We've talked about this at length. So yeah, where we're at right now, everyone is fearful. No one's going to buy into a speculative coin like Dark Knight Baron. Hey, Flying Trader, what's up, bro? No one's going to buy into a speculative coin like Dark Knight Baron if they see a junk ton of red all over our charts, even if we're up 2,000%. They don't care. Because now they're asking, is this coin on its way down? Which we know it's not. We've seen too many fluctuations in the price. Too many buys, too many gray buys before we get cheated on by like random swing traders or whatever that prove this coin has longevity. We have less than 100 million tokens left on the exchange. Dude, Flying Trader, problem with that's a Wi-Fi, bro. Wi-Fi. Where's my soundboard? Oh no, give it to me. Where is it? Why is it not loading up? I want to see it. Give it to me right now. Oh, here we go. Give me one. Wait, pull it off. Can't pull it. How do I window this thing? Hold on. I can do this. Oh, there it is. Bang. My man. All right, hold on. I've got sounds. I keep forgetting I got a soundboard. If you guys are not following me, if you're not watching on TikTok, I'm sorry, if you're watching on TikTok, you're not going to get the sounds. But see, I can do like red alert. Look at that. Click to start, click to end. If you're watching on Twitter right now, you're getting the full experience over on How do I stop it? No, turn it off. Okay, hopefully it goes off on its own. Yeah, it does. Okay. Anyway, I can do really cool sound effects. But thank you for buying more tonight, guys. Again, we are in buying prices. I mean, we are in a price zone right now to scoop up some very, very tasty deals. If you are looking to accumulate coins, now is the time to do it. Not when we're turning green, not when we're printing back up. If right now, if Solana reclaims $200. We're probably looking at I'd say a 300 to 450 market cap, depending on what the percentages look like. Because again, when Solana, what up, girlfriend? Long time no see, love you. Been a day. Yeah. When Solana was printing out at like 1.5, we were putting in 2.5. When Solana was doing 7.3, we did like 10.73. So that's the thing, because of the way we're trading against Solana right now, when Solana starts moving up, we are exponentially going to go up with it. Those green candles, are going to drive new buyers to our doorstep. And then those buyers are going to buy in. Those green candles are going to go crazy. Everyone who gets in now, you buy when the market's red. I'm not even trying to sell my own coin. Go buy whatever you want. That's great. But I'm telling you right now, if you want the best opportunity to make millions, okay, if you want to try to catch the next 10,000x, now's when you find it, okay? It's not going to be next week. It's not going to be 2 weeks from now when the market's green and printing again. Whenever that happens, you've already missed your opportunity. You've already missed a 5, a tick, 10, 100x at that point. So even if you got $5, $10, let's say you have $100, take $10 and put it in 10 different projects, okay? Because again, you don't even have to buy my coin. I just want you to make money. I want you to see what it's like when crypto does what it's supposed to do. Now, I will tell you, if you're going to buy a meme coin, don't buy any other coin but Dark Knight Baron, because we foolproof this thing to keep people safe, okay? We've had some mistakes. We made some mistakes. We're first-time developers. We made a couple of mistakes, okay? But in the long run, this is going to make people a lot of money. And again, we're 2 months old, man. This coin has been around, kicking it up 2K%. Over the last 2 months, we were up like 4,000%. It was gnarly, but things happen. It's cool. I'm not worried about it. But again, guys, we are not a cult. We are a community. So let's act like that, and let's look out for one another. That's the big thing. Okay. Kevin, what's up? Kevin's in the chat. Good Lord, is it already 8:48? So what we got? The wife's out tonight with a friend, so I'm chilling at the house. El Solo Loco. I can be as loud as I want. You gotta love it. Ever Supply, thanks for the follow. If you guys are not following Dark Knight Baron on Twitter, head over to X. It's D Knight Baron, and you can definitely jump in there. Follow us on Twitter. We always live stream to we live stream to TikTok, Twitch, X, and YouTube all simultaneously. So you guys can, no matter how you're watching, you can watch more. But I will tell you, the guys over on X, they get the sound effects. You guys don't get the sound effects over here. I want you to, but TikTok just doesn't work like that. All right, let's check out these charts. We haven't looked at the charts yet. Okay. Loves it. Let me kick over here. Chart window. There it is. All right, so that is what we look like right now, guys. We've got a lot of small dollar buys coming in down here. A nice little wall of green. We got a couple of sells, nothing major, all under $100. We got this one from yesterday. That was yesterday's sell for like 400. Who cares? We're over it. We've moved beyond it. Look at these greens that we printed today. We had a nice buy down here for 172. That was that person's first buy. Oh, let's go. They bought it for 172. First buy. I love it. Welcome to the DKB family, my friend. That was about 3 hours ago. Good to see it. What I would like to see is we need to drive traffic to us. So this is us based off the previous low. Coming in after the 2 monster sells on Friday of last week. We've done, well, this was Saturday, doing amazing with the recovery. Anytime you're printing green candles after a giant red one, it's a good day. You're doing a good job, okay? The creators of this coin clearly know what they're doing. But where's my Dark Knight Baron? Oh my gosh. Hold on. It's killing me here. Gotta put this on every chart. Baron.com. Cha-ching, boys. Ding. Oh, you know what else I need to do? We're going to change that to green. Okay, boys, let's go. I like it. Okay, so we're going to sit this right over here. So darkknightbaron.com. If you guys are new to the chat, please head over there. You can check out everything we do. We got merch. We have merch. 25% of all merch goes into our sacrifice wallet that goes to support philanthropic causes in the real world. And obviously the merch is yours to wear and support and to tell people all about. You can get the coin over on darkknightbaron.com. You can join our Telegram, which is amazing. Such a great group of folks over there. And anytime, if you're brand new to crypto, I want you to come to my chat. I want you to come to our Telegram as a community, hang out with us, and ask all the questions you want. Because there are plenty of knowledgeable people in that Telegram that can help you get acclimated to the cryptocurrency environment. So if you don't make millions this market cycle, come the next market cycle 4 years from now, you can make a grip ton of money. But yeah, we're doing pretty good on the charts, guys. If we're looking at these, I mean, we're cruising up. Look at this, we're still moving up. We're higher tonight than we were last night, which is good. I'll take it. This time last night we were. We were down here tracking red. Why were we tracking red during a live stream? Who does that? Ew. But this since Tonight we're killing it. Oh, hold on. What the heck? Dude, what happened to my? What happened to? No, I don't want to hear that. There we go. Oh, you got. If you don't feel this music when you listen to it, if you don't look at your wallet, okay, if you don't look at these crypto charts and immediately hear this song, you're doing it wrong. You're just doing it wrong. Don't let anybody lie to you. They're not here for the tech, okay? They're here for the money. This is how we summon the money gods. Okay? I'm just kidding. There are no money gods. There's only one god. And he doesn't dress like that. I like making money. If you like, okay, everybody, if you like making money, spam the chat. Let's drop, spam the likes, spam the shares. Let's get those numbers up. There were days when we were printing thousands of likes, tens of thousands of likes on these videos. I feel like everybody's like, red market sucks. I don't want to like it. It does. The red market sucks, but it is what it is. Let's look at this against Solana. Oh, it's even sharper. Even the crest is even bigger. Let's look at this. Okay. Again, this is us against Solana because Solana has been trading like crap lately. That's just the way it is. Solana looks horrible. We'll look at Solana, and you'll understand why we look the way we do. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so this is DKB. This is the performance of DKB against the US dollar. Roughly. Okay. This is Solana against the US dollar. Small uptick down here. Is this the recovery? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We'll see what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's up 1%. How big? It's kind of flatlined. It's just sitting around 82. Not too bad. This is what? This is a couple days ago. That was last month, actually. Good lord. I don't know. Let's do a 5-day chart here. Yeah, so Bitcoin's kind of trading sideways, a good accumulation phase. This is what I like to see, because right now that means that I think enough people are starting to buy in. You're starting to see the buys from the institutional buyers. Love to see it. Once Bitcoin turns, oh my gosh, guys. Once Bitcoin turns, it is game on. Okay, it is game on. And here's what's going to happen. Let's go back to the Solana charts. Back on the Solana charts, this is what we look like. So this point right here is the day that DKB launched. Okay, this is February 1st. 2 months old this coin is. But Solana has been in a complete downward spiral since we launched. All right, let's bring this back over to where it should be. Here's my thing, and this is how DKB's been performing on average against the US dollar, against Solana down here, which is performing horribly. So when Solana starts turning, as we've seen historically when this happens, during these upticks, DKB has an amazing movement. Okay, because we're moving with Solana with a slight percentage increase. I'm not going to call it exponential, but we're definitely putting out some points, right? So when you look at Solana, like I said a second ago, Solana did 1.5%. At the same time, DKB went up 2.55%. When Solana went up 10% or 7%, DKB went up 10%. Because we're still, while the market is bleeding its ass off over here, DKB is crushing it in the green. Let's go back to DKB. We'll look at it. We'll see what it's doing. For those that don't know, we're talking about Dark Knight Baron. You can go to darkknightbaron.com. Check it out. This is the coin that's been printing green. I want to get these so far off. I hate these two cells. We had 2 community members leave for better pastures. I wish them well. I hope they make a lot of money. That's the number one goal here. Is for people to make a lot of money. But this is from this previous low. We have recovered nicely over the last couple of days. Not even a full weekend. We've already come right back up to close to a $200,000 market cap. Now, anyway, holding where we are against the red market. Let's go back. I'm gonna show you guys again. Let's look at the 3-month chart. All right, so this is good Lord Almighty. Let's collapse some of these prices here so we can see what we're doing. There we go. Oh, nice. Love to see it. All right, let me draw my fancy line here. All right, so this is us over the last 3 months. Okay, so I showed you guys that previous Solana chart, and Solana was tanking. Okay, this is what we look like over the last 2 months, continuously going up. Okay, so what this tells me is that when Solana turns, DKB is going to make a hard right turn, a hard left turn to the north, and start screaming. Oh, there it is. Got it. And I'm here for it. We're all here for it. You've had people here since week 1 that are here for it. We did have some gnarly stuff. If you guys are new, we hit 1 million market cap pretty quickly. But the issue with that, though, is that there were a lot of people we didn't know, a lot of strangers, kind of like a celebrity meme coin. People just jumped in randomly and jumped out just as quickly, and good on them. We built a very great community in that time, though, that has held this coin up, and we've continued to grow. And if you want to join that community, all you have to do is go to darkknightbaron.com. You can buy some of the coin, join our Telegram, and you're more than welcome. So, is Bitcoin going to go back up anytime soon? So yes and no. Let me turn this music off for a second. Let's get some thinking music going here. Yeah, because here's the thing. We're gonna go up. We're gonna go back up. I'm just gonna play some random music because I love random music. This is one of my favorites. I'll answer your question. About Dead Man. There we go. All right, so here's my thing with which chart is this? So this is Dark Knight Baron DKB over the last 2 months since it launched. You can find it on Solana. We've been trading green. We're up 2,000% in the red market. So Sunflower. Let's talk about is Bitcoin going to go back up? So first we have to understand why Bitcoin is down. Bitcoin is not down because we've reached the end of the market cycle, not by any means whatsoever. If you're not familiar with the crypto market cycle, it happens every 4 years. We can actually, I need to do a live sometime soon about this to kind of explain it to everybody. But what you're looking at here is this is market suppression by institutional investors, by different exchanges. Anybody that would like this coin or like Bitcoin, they want Bitcoin to drop so they can get a better entry price. All right, and it happens, we call it the bear trap. It happens every 4 years during the crypto market cycle. And so what they're doing is they're applying a lot of sell pressure to the market. They're applying a lot of sell pressure to an otherwise healthy market. Okay, and what this means, though, this is the cool thing. I've explained it like this. You're essentially looking like with DKB, for instance. We've had a lot of money continuously coming into the space, whether it's been through dollar cost averaging or new people discovering us via the live streams. They come in, they buy the coin, and they hold their coins. This is the key here. They're holding their coins. Now, those who have bought and held their coins, we are a spring. Think of a spring, the shocks on a car, however you want to. But the more the market itself, the big market, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, all of them, the more red they get, the more that spring is getting compressed because we're still pumping money into this coin. Money's still pumping in. It's building up all of this momentum. This potential energy is just building inside this spring. And so when is the key point here? When the market eventually turns, when Bitcoin starts printing green, when all of these institutions and all of these the exchanges, when they start releasing that sell pressure that's holding all of the prices down, okay, that's when you see the parabolic movement that generally follows or kind of signals the peak of the market cycle. And that is when that spring completely decompresses. It's going to completely decompress, and you're going to see green candles just appear out of nowhere without any buy pressure whatsoever. No one's even going to have to buy in. We're going to be printing green candles simply because we're tracking with the motion of the market. So like I said earlier, Solana went up 1.5, DKB went up 2.5. Solana went up 7.3, DKB went up 10.7. That's how we're tracking with the market because we've done so well at keeping the coin in a green zone against a red market that when the market itself eventually turns green, we are going to just scream north. And so the answer to your question is Bitcoin, it may be soon. Soon may be relative to months, honestly. It could be June, could be July. Normally crypto summers are a thing. So I would suspect probably by the end of this month, maybe into May, we should see a turn in the crypto markets, and we should see some green candles printing. That's my hope. Honestly, they could suppress this thing for a hot minute. You now have countries that are trying to build their own coin, crypto reserves, and it's something you got to deal with because nobody wants to pay retail prices for crypto, right? No, we're talking about people that want to buy millions of crypto at a time. They're going to want to get that at the cheapest price possible, and the only way to do that right now during this market is to suppress the prices as much as possible, which is what they're doing. and we're witnessing it. Again, guys, we're talking about Dark Knight Baron. If you want to go over to darkknightbaron.com, we are a 2-month-old meme coin. Next 5 years. All right, so I think at the peak of this market cycle, I've seen guesstimations anywhere between $250,000 to $440,000. Right? That's by like early 2026. Okay. Now, what normally happens after we see those peaks? Bitcoin retraces back down or corrects back down 80 to 90%. Okay, so you'll see Bitcoin drop, I would say, maybe to 50, 40,000, something like that. Possibly even more. I don't know. I didn't think Bitcoin was going to get down to 15,000 this time, and it did. So it is what it is. But those are so you want to build capital during this market cycle to buy those lows when they eventually come, right? Because the next crypto market cycle, I think it's very feasible to see $1 million Bitcoin. For every Bitcoin you own, you will make $1 million, and that is not lip service. That is legitimately the way it's going to go. So I will tell you, like, everything I have in the market now will eventually convert to Bitcoin, and that'll be, I'm going to treat it like a savings account. That's kind of what's going to happen in the long run. Because once you have that kind of money, just you sell the top and you buy as close to the bottom as you can, and you make money along the way. But for those who don't know how to get there, for those who've never had that kind of capital to work with, we created DKB specifically for that. We wanted you guys to have a place to come with your 20, 50, 100, 5, 10, whatever, throw it into this coin and make a good chunk of change that you can then reinvest into the next crypto market cycle, and like I said, change your life within the next 5 years. A lot of the guys that got in like week one of this, honestly, people that are still getting in now, we're only up 2,000%. I'm telling you, people that get in now with the right kind of a buy-in. I am not a day trader. I'm nary a cryptocurrency creator. No, I've been buying. I've been in crypto for the last 5 years. One of the other developers of the coin, he's been in for well over a decade. He sits on the advisory boards for a couple of different crypto companies, and he's done some really cool stuff. The other dev of the coin is a serial entrepreneur, very, very wealthy man who's done very good for himself in the business world. And so, like I said, guys, we've created this coin. We created this coin for people to get rich. Whatever that looks like to you, or whether it's 100,000, 200,000, a million, whatever that looks like to you, we wanted to give you a safe pathway to get there. Now, once we launched the coin, we did everything we could to make the coin as safe as possible. But in the long run, if people do things like this, and we can't stop them, and I'm no longer going to vilify them, I asked the community members to reverse DCA, which means don't take all your money at once. Just maybe, if you got to take out $500, take out $50 over the course of 10 hours. $50 every hour for 10 hours, something like that. But the problem is, when I can't tell people what to do with their money. That's their money. They can sell, they can buy, they can do what they want. But we end up with these big red candles. So that happens. But I'm telling you guys, we're in a red market right now. And when it eventually changes, when this eventually turns, we're going to be printing green candles. Dogecoin hit 74 cents. Even though every day Dogecoin creates 14 million new tokens. It is a hyperinflationary token. DKB, we have less than 100 million tokens left in total. So as these green candles start printing with the green market, as Bitcoin turns, you're going to see people buying in, okay? And then you will see people chasing us. People will be trying to chase us up when they see what's coming. And I want it. I'm here for it. I want people to chase, because what's going to happen is a lot of people that bought down here, they're going to be able to punch out somewhere up here, and then we're going to keep on going and keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. And we are going to scream. We are going to just scream our way all the way up to a penny without issue. Okay? Absolutely crush it without issue. All that supply and demand stuff you learn in high school, that's where it comes into play. Because as we start eating up green candles, as people start eating up the supply, those candles are just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. When do I think it will hit 1 million? What, Bitcoin? Bitcoin will hit 1 million probably within the next 4 years. We'll know. 4 years from now, 5 years from now, at the height of the next, depending on how it does this market cycle. If Bitcoin hits 400,000 this market cycle, I would almost be willing to bet a quarter that it's going to hit 1 million next market cycle. Because I would just be crazy if it didn't. But again, we have so many variables in this market now. Whereas, like, in the 2021 cycle, the 2017 cycle before that, it was just raw crypto trading. That was it. Now you have the ETFs. You have this digital asset reserve for the U.S. government, which is going to get copied by all of these other governments. They're going to create their own digital asset reserves. You have so much Wall Street money now pouring into Bitcoin that I want to say it's almost a shell of what it used to be. But we can't predict the behavior of the market cycle as well as we could before. We know that it's going to explode because that's what these guys are here for, right? No one's trying to buy into a coin that's dying. No one's going to buy into anything that's dying. They're not going to. So when it comes to Bitcoin, these guys are buying in right now because they know it's price manipulation. They know that the price isn't going to keep going down. It's not going to zero ever. Okay, they are dumping stupid amounts of money. Okay, they're dumping stupid amounts of money into cryptocurrency because they know where it's going. They're dumping stupid amounts of money into Bitcoin because they know where it's going. It's all predictable. It's all foreseeable. If you look at the historical charts, let me pull these up for you guys. I'm going to pull up the historical. This one. So this is the fear greed index I was talking about earlier. But let's look at the BTC market cycle chart, historical. There we go. And there's a really great image I like to use. I kind of show it. This one. And so let's open image in a new tab. There we go. All right. So let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see every facet of this. Okay. So all these little gold windows here, these are all based on years. The years are down here at the bottom if you can't see those. So this is the 2017 cycle, right? And so what you saw was you have this really gnarly. Let's start from the good part, right? So you have this the Bitcoin halving happens right around here, and that's basically when Bitcoin cuts its rewards in half. Correction happens over here. The color code gets me off. Gets me off. We'll do it from here. Let's look at this one. Open image in a new tab, just for the sake of explaining the halvings. Okay, so the halving is basically when the crypto market cycle. Or when Bitcoin reduces the amount that's rewarded to the miners by half. Okay, so you got to realize when Bitcoin first came out, they were rewarding people 50 Bitcoin every hash every time a new block was created. But then we had the halving, which dropped it to 25, and then you had the second halving in 2016, and that dropped it down to 12.5, and then it kept going from there. Now, the 2017 market was just insane. So right here's the halving, and you can see after the halving, for about 18 to 24 months after the halving, roughly 18, you see this gnarly, just parabolic reach, right? This parabolic climb. And then we come over here to the 2020 market. You had the halving here, okay? This was in June of 2020, and then it was in May of 2020. May or June of 2020, and then it pushed all the way up here. Now, we ended up having a double peak. We had a double peak during the 2020 cycle because of China. China did some crazy stuff where they banned crypto, and you saw the price just tank. Everyone's like, oh, that sucks, it's over. Nope, we came back in November, printed another tower, hit a 70-something thousand, and then we saw this 80 to 90% correction down to the bottom. Now, the fourth halving was last year in April, okay? In April of 2024 was the previous halving. Okay, so we're already at that 12-month mark. We're at the 12-month mark, so within the next 6 months to a year, I'd say, you're going to see, I'm honestly saying, I think you're going to look at, I'm thinking October to December, maybe January at the latest, for a peak. Honestly, I'm still a big believer in the crypto summer. We'll see what happens there. But this is what I want to point out, and I've pointed this out to everybody who's watched these lives before. You look at the length, okay? The length of these golden areas right here, okay? The length is how much of the percentage was gained. Right here, you had 9,300% during the 2013 cycle, right? To the 2013 market cycle. In the 2017, you saw 2,300%, all right? Oh, what happened here? You only saw 260%. Now, let's say that that's only because China did what it did, which I'll agree with. Okay, you still probably would have seen about a 700, maybe a 700%, something like that. But what you notice is that they're getting the returns are diminishing. Basically, you're getting diminishing returns, and these golden periods are getting longer. Okay, so it is. Well, actually, the green and the yellow together, they're getting longer. So what we're noticing is longer crypto market cycles. If it's only by even if only by a couple of weeks, and diminishing returns. So eventually, you can see we go from a curve to not much of a curve at all. Now, granted, I hope we're going to see an amazing peak for 2025. That would be dope because we all make a lot of money at that point. But we'll eventually get to the point, though, when the halving keeps happening, and it's no longer, because the halving's purpose, the function of the halving, is to simply, I want to say induce hysteria, is to reduce the supply that's being introduced to the market. And so obviously whatever supply is out there is going to become more valuable because less is entering the market. And we're going to get to a point, though, where it's not even going to be beneficial to mine Bitcoin anymore. It'll be a waste of money more than a money-making effort. And I think at that point you'll see Bitcoin basically break down into what would be just a normal trading cycle. It won't be these gigantic peaks and dips. Will be more of a flat line trading sideways, almost like an eternal accumulation phase, which will be sad. It'll be sad for everybody who's not getting in right now, but for all of us who got in early, the early adopters will be rewarded. People who bought into Dark Knight Baron now come to the top of the crypto market cycle. I'm telling you, I have no doubts of us passing $1 easily, blowing by $1 like it's nothing. We have too much support behind this coin. We have too many people that are waiting for the coin to start printing green candles again. Once the market releases all of that pressure, you have a lot of people that are just afraid to buy right now. It's legit, and they have every right to be. The market is red. Red markets scare away retail investors. So it makes no sense to me. Like, I think that's what because like my wife is not a big trader, right? And she'll say, like, why would you buy it now? The price is going down. And I'm like, that's when you buy it. Like, I was buying, so I started buying Bitcoin when it was at 20,000, right? Because I was assuming we were very close to the bottom. And so when it got down to 16, I'm like, that's it, we're good. It's going to reverse. And then it went down to 15 something. I'm like, this is no way. And then it reversed, and now look at us. We're sitting up at 80 something thousand again. We went all the way up to 107,000. And once this bear trap releases, you're going to see Bitcoin slingshot into the green zone. You want to buy when the market's red. Here's the thing, caveat to this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. The caveat to that is you want to make sure you're doing your research, okay? Because you could go out there right now. I've railed against celebrity meme coins because they're pump and dumps. They're public pump and dumps. I'm not saying anyone's a scam artist, but you're seeing if you don't research what you're investing in, you will set yourself up for failure every time. Okay, you're not going to get in the car with some rando, right? So don't trust your money to something you haven't done your research into. Don't trust your money with people you've never met or never seen. So what I mean by that, and again, this is to pat ourselves on the back and to promote our coin, is the fact that I'm one of the devs. You can look at my TikTok. You can Google my name. You can look up the other two devs. None of us are going to stake our reputation and our names on scamming people on the internet out of $100. Makes no sense to me. Okay, I wouldn't scam you for $1 million to ruin my name. Not going to happen. I don't need to scam you for $1 million ever in my life to ruin your name or to ruin my name. But this is the thing: is that we wanted that face to face from day one. We started doing live streams because I want to know the people who are making my coins, right? That's why I wouldn't buy meme coins because I'm like, I have no idea who created this. I got scammed on one meme coin. Back in 2021, I invested in SafeMoon, took $1,500 of my money, never getting that money back. Okay, but I learned a very valuable lesson there, and that is I had no idea who created this coin. Someone came to me and said, "Joe, did you get SafeMoon?" I'm like, "No, I didn't get SafeMoon." They're like, "Get some SafeMoon." I'm like, "Cool, how much?" Like, as much as you possibly can. I'm like, "Oh, it's like that?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's like that." And so I got it, and I lost all of that money because it was a scam. It was a rug pull. And in fact, I posted on Facebook that I was going to buy SafeMoon, and one of the other devs, Kevin, is like, "Hey man, I think the rug's already in on that one." And no, it wasn't. It was, but it wasn't. They rugged it again and took my money. So that sucked. But anyway, so it was that taught me that taught me a very important lesson in my first crypto cycle, to only buy from people that you know. And what I mean by that is people that you can see face to face, people that will talk to you about their coin, even if it's just like, everybody knows Vitalik built Ethereum with, Charles Hoskinson, right? Now, I'm not a big fan of Cardano because Hoskinson is kind of a D-bag on Twitter. And again, that's a personal choice. I made money on Cardano last market cycle. I'm just saying. But I know who made it. And that's why I bought it. Because when someone has a certain amount of notoriety behind their name for doing certain good things, they're not gonna risk that on scam coins. And not to mention, like, buying a good level or good layer 1 crypto is not a bad choice ever. When it comes to meme coins, if you don't know who created it, and I'm not talking about you talk to some guy on Reddit and his name's whatever. Talking to people on Reddit is not getting to know someone. I can go on Reddit right now, create a fake account, bot it until I get enough reputation that I can start scamming people. Anybody can, okay? That's the problem, is that people will like get comfortable in these Reddit groups or on these Facebook groups, and they're like, yeah, no, I've known this guy for months, man. We've been talking about crypto. Cool. What's his real name? Where does he live? What's he do for a living? You need to verify these things before you throw your money at something. And again, that's what DKB initially we set out to from the beginning. We wanted the visibility. We wanted this transparency to say, hey, this is us. This is why we're here. And it's worked out well. We've built an amazing community. If you want to be a part of the community, you can go to darkknightbaron.com. Depending on where you're watching, whether it's Twitter or TikTok, it's above me or below me, one of the two. But the link is there. Please head over to darkknightbaron.com. Join our Telegram. We have an amazing community out there. We are doing so many good things in the community. We have a sacrifice wallet specifically for charitable giving. So there's just so many things. We got merch. We got everything. Just go to the website. You can see it all. You can buy the coin from there as well. We'd love to have you. Love to have you in the chat. Do you guys have any questions? Anything you guys want to talk about tonight? Like anything going on? No? Why does my head look so shiny? I haven't shaved it lately. I've definitely hopped up on pre-workout, just to let you guys know that. I come back from the gym and I go live within like 20, 30 minutes, and it's just like, I just punish myself because I'm just like rambling. But I will ramble for a while. So, but yeah, Sunflower, I tell you, join our Telegram. Head over to darkknightbaron.com. You'll find the link there. If you've never used Telegram, it's pretty seamless, pretty easy to use, and you get plenty of people to talk to you and ask. If you have any questions at all, there is someone in that chat that can answer it. Whether it's Swedish, Kevin, someone in the chat can definitely talk to you and walk you through any of the questions you have. Oh, she left. All right, so I'm gonna do about another. It's about 10, 15 more minutes, guys. Let's see what's good in the hood. Hales, welcome to my chat. Welcome to the chat. We're talking about good old Dark Knight Baron on Solana. Solid coin, trading in the green, making people money. Gonna make people more money once the market turns. It gets crazy. Got a lot of my friends. A lot of my friends, my community friends are here. Yep. Bro, Samoa. Yes. Yeah, Pulse Chain can't get out of its own way. That's the Pulse. I'm not sure if you saw what KDP Crypto put out today, but she hit the nail on the head. Like that community. I've said this so many times. Community is everything, right? DKB has an amazing community. Pulse Chain, not to tangent off about another coin. Pulse Chain had an amazing community. Okay, the original OG Hexicans, like those of us who rode that 10,000x wave, those guys are amazing. This Tang Gang and all these other people out here, I don't know who they are, but they are absolutely the worst thing that could have happened to our community. And now you have this whole PDI scam. People that were just minting a coin that they basically, it was a copy of a stable coin, and they were like, yeah, it's going to $1. And so people are just continuously throwing money into this thinking it's going to $1. Meanwhile, these guys are minting new PDI and cashing out as people are buying in continuously. Huge scam. And you've got my friend or your friend Sami was in on, he's not in on it, but like he's out here like shilling this coin. And he's still shilling. I'm like, dude, it's a scam at this point. Stop. Just stop. I love Sami to death. I've been watching his videos forever. But yeah, it sucks because that whole community has just been brought down, and the community was the one thing that made the coin great. So it's just, I don't know. Hopefully we see Pulse Chain do some things. I would say 90% of my portfolio is in the Pulse Chain ecosystem. So I would love to see it do very, very well. Although I will tell you right now, I am down. Now, granted, the market's red, but I am down so much. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how much I have. I was an original sacrificer. I did dollar cost average in for years. I've thrown money at Pulse Chain, and once it went live. And that is one of those things where no, you're good. I never talk about what I hold. Just for the simple fact of this, like, you don't know security wise. Like, granted, I stay strapped. I feel bad for the person that runs up on me, because if I'm not by myself, whoever I'm with, they're strapped. And that's one of those things where I don't play around with security. I know that there are people, like, you'll have these guys out there bragging about how much money they have, and those are the guys that get mugged. They get crimed. They get pew-pewed, unalived, however you want to say it, so that TikTok doesn't ban you. And that's one of those things where, I don't play that game. I'm definitely not rolling with any kind of a float like that. I will tell you this: like, if you rob me, you're gonna get some pocket change. Okay, everything. I'm completely illiquid. Everything I have is locked up in crypto across so many wallets. You could rob me for one of my wallets, and you're probably not going to touch a fraction of what I own. But that's the thing, is like, again, with internet safety, guys, never, if people are asking, don't ever post screenshots of your wallet. Don't post screenshots of how much money you have, especially on Facebook, because the people that you think are your friends will not be your friends anymore. They become beggars. Things you learn the hard way. But I will tell you that no, I was very blessed to find out about Hex. I found about Hex right after it crossed a penny. It was like 3 cents, something like that. From a Navy chaplain. Actually, he hit me up when it was still sub penny, and he said, "Hey, Chief," he's like, "you got to get some Hex." And I'm like, yeah. This was right after I got burned by SafeMoon, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really buy shit coins, man. I was like, I'm not in that scene. He's like, it's not a shit coin, I promise. And then I looked it up, and it's like scam. Like, yeah, we're good, bro. I'm not doing it. So I didn't understand the fight against Richard Hart at that point. And so I didn't buy in at all. And it was at 3 cents. Hex was at 3 cents by the time I think I got in. 3 to 6 cents, something like that. And then I rode it all the way up for the last market cycle, and definitely made some decent money on it. Took the family on vacation, did some fun stuff, But whenever the time came for the sacrifice phases, for Pulse and PulseX, I jumped all over it. You couldn't hold me back. I was pulling other people in at that point. And I have full faith in Pulse Chain. I think it's going to do well as a layer 1. Maybe not this cycle, maybe next cycle. We'll see. I don't know, man. PX it'd be nice to see PX at $3. All my PXs, all my Hex is pretty much locked away right now anyway. I had some liquid Hex. I'll tell you this, because I've already sold it. I had to do some emergency transfer stuff. I had about 400,000 eHex going into this market cycle, and then after the tweet that Richard Hart said that bombed it literally cost me tens of thousands of dollars, and I lost all faith in eHex at that point. I maintained. I'm like, we'll see what happens. But yeah, when eHex dropped like that, I was done. I was so pissed, because he did it like, how do you shit on your own project like that? He basically called his original token a meme coin. I'm like, bro, people still have money in this. But I got screwed because I bought the eHex in between the snapshot or the fork. I bought my eHex in between the fork and Pulse Chain going live, hoping I was going to get those tokens, because Breetep and everybody was talking about it on Twitter. And I'm like, yeah, dude, again, this is a lesson for you guys. I'm not just talking. This is a lesson for people who are new to crypto. Don't try to time the market. So Breetep and everybody's talking on Twitter about how Pulse Chain's, any day now, it's coming along. And I'm like, okay. So I took a lot of money out of Bitcoin, and I threw it. Into eHex. And then whenever the crossover happened, when Pulse Chain went live, I realized I did not have my 400,000 Hex tokens. They did not cross over. They did not copy over. All of my original eHex did. But the 400,000 tokens that I just bought did not. And so that sucks. And yeah, yeah. I cashed out a lot of that money, and I put some of it in DKB. Whenever the price was kind of doing this weird thing to kind of help out a little bit, but I've lost all faith in never getting that money back, and it's a sad thing because that was a lot of money. So your opinion on Trump's economic plan so far as crypto? I think it's genius in the long run. I think people don't understand that you can't make such a drastic change like he's doing in the government right now. And granted, I'm a Trumper. You guys know this. I don't care what you feel like. I don't care if you hate me. I have my own opinions, and you have yours. I respect yours. Respect mine. I think he's going to do a lot of good things for the economy in the long run. I think short term, we're all taking a monster hit. You can see what's happening with the. You can see what's happening right now with just the tariffs and the stock market, right? Cool video I saw today. Okay, so this pin made in China. All right, so this pin is worth $20. You can buy this pin at any store for $20, made in China. Of that $20, okay, $5 goes to China. All right, it is what it is. And so with the imposition of the tariffs, we're now making it so maybe there's another American maker. There's someone that makes the exact same looking pin, but they sell it for $25. And you'd much rather have the $20 pin, but you can't buy the $20 pin anymore because now China has to pay such a tariff. They're charging $30 for this pin. They have to charge $30 just to break even. And so now you're definitely going to go with the $25 pin that's made in the United States. Well, guess what? The guy that makes these $25 pins in the United States, well, suddenly he's going to get so many orders. He's going to have to hire more people. He's going to have to get a bigger facility. He's going to create American jobs. The money's going to stay 100% in America. I saw a video earlier with a Zippo lighter. The guy did the exact same analogy. Go look it up. And that's what we're looking at with these tariffs. It's not a matter of starting an economic war, a trade war. No, it's about bringing jobs back to the United States. It's about reinvigorating the American economy with American dollars. It's about not sending our money overseas to our adversaries that are just waiting to snap on us. And I'm here for it. I'm sorry. I spent 23 years in the Navy. I'm a super hardcore patriot. I want to see Americans prosper. That's one of the reasons this coin exists. I want to see you guys get rich. I want to see you make a whole lot of money. And and a part of that comes with the economy. And so I seriously think in the long term you're going to see prices get very low. I would like to see Reagan era prices. Now I understand inflation gets a vote, and the last administration did what it did, just printing money recklessly, and most administrations do. Let's be real. The Bush administration was not kind to the economy during the wartime years, but it is what it is. And so again, I will always put America first. Every other country, I will put that. You can clip this. If I ever run for office again, you can use it against me. I don't care. Every other country on this planet could be burning. Okay? But if America's on fire, I'm putting these fires out first. All right? I don't care about everybody else. I want to take care of my people first. When I say my people, I say American people. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what religion you are. If you are an American citizen or you have come here legally to be an American citizen, I want you to have the best in life before everybody else. Sorry. That's just the way I feel. Actually, I'm not sorry. That's the way I feel. But not to go off on a political tangent. But going back to the coin, that's one of the things behind this coin. The coin gives everybody an option to get rich and make a lot of money. I love cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is the best way for anybody to make life-changing wealth. And if they don't realize that, it's going to be too late. They're going to be chasing green candles. And don't be the guy that chases the green candles, because you have a chance to make a lot of money. So, anything else from the chat? Anything else from the chat? So I might do another live later. I don't know. I might go live later and talk about politics. You guys got me kind of riled up here. But yeah, so I think we'll wrap it up here in a second. The wife should be home here pretty soon. Oh. Must be nice. Yeah, I'm getting ready to start. I'm absolutely miserable. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm absolutely miserable lately. I don't eat from like 10 o'clock at night until 5 o'clock the next day. I'm just doing like this cutting thing right now. And I'm not like super big. I wanted to bulk a little bit more, but I think I'm just going to start eating like go like a carnivore diet. But the problem is I'm so lethargic by the end of the night. Like I eat and I take my pre-workout and I go to the gym and I get this really gnarly boost of energy, but it hits me like this. I'm just like, okay, it's time to sleep. So if forgive me for being distracted and slow going, but yeah, we're gonna. No, I don't want to tell you what I think about your app. No thanks. Bye. Okay, thanks. Bye. All right. So okay, cool. Anyway, is there anything else for the chat? And that's I'll tell you this. I don't want people to ever like see. I used to love going live and talking about politics. And there's a certain responsibility as the dev of this coin that I want to be very inclusive in anybody that wants to come and buy. Okay, anybody wants to come and buy this coin, come and buy. I don't want to push anybody away with politics. And so I run the risk sometimes. And this is what worries me: is if I start doing political live streams again. It may turn away someone that was otherwise considering buying in, or they put the two together, or you guys jump in and we have someone that doesn't agree with me politically already in the community. They see me go live, they jump in the chat, they're like, oh, he's a Republican, I hate him, which is not true. I love everybody. I think everybody has a right to live and live peacefully without drawing swastikas and blowing up cars. But that's just me. It's just me talking. So anyway, if you guys have anything else for the night, I'm going to pack it in and go calm the H down. It's been a very busy week and blessed week. It's been a blessed week. Can't complain. So I'm going to take one more gander. Is there anything else to look at the charts? Oh, wait, no. That's weird. Hold up. Is the market turning? Could it be? We printed green candles during the oh no, I'm sorry. that was 3 hours ago. All right, never mind. I was gonna say we printed green candles without any buys. Is Solana going up? Anyway, all right. You guys have a great one as always. Jesus saves. God is good. Go out and do good for other people. It'll make you feel great. So, see y'all on the flip side. Mm-mm-mm.